Hey, welcome back, everybody. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Crack Palantir, and welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. This is episode 67 of Brise's Tale. Now that we're back on track, we finally made it to episode 67. So, Brise, the beautiful female paladin, is played as always by my good buddy Max. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
It's me. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hope you are having a great pre-Halloween celebration by watching Karandrin.
That's right. So we're back after another little break, and we'll be back for the next couple of Thursdays too. We're going to get that up on the website, I promise, and we're going to keep rolling with Brise's Tale. And last time on Brise's Tale, what we found out was that Brise loves adventure. And so she had heard of a place on the way to the town of Dorgal, where she was hoping to do some shopping, replace some magic items that were destroyed, and so on. She heard of a place called the Four Wells, where a family traveling in the region had camped within sight of this place, and they saw apparitions there and fled into the night, and finally made it to the town of Balabry, where Brise has been staying for many weeks now. And so since it was on the way, Brise had hoped to find this place. And as luck would have it, she was able to find the road that led to it high up on one side of a valley. She worked her way down and found an unusual entrance. So her trusty falcon, Nalani, had spotted them. Is that right? Was able to spot the
an invisible bridge, an archway, visible to me, but kind of visible as a shimmer to her.
Right.
In your eyes.
Right. And so there was an archway on the actual road that you could pass under. Unbeknownst to human eyes, there was an invisible path off into the air that led to another archway, also invisible, and with great fear and trepidation, because Brise does not like heights.
It was quite it was quite entertaining. The 20 minutes of the last session, just me
trying
to roll to actually walk out there.
Yeah, and try to take precautions, and in Karandrin there are things that that your phobias will just not permit you to do. I don't care what you roll. And so Max had a huge blown roll, and if she'd had another one, then I wouldn't have permitted to try again. Brise would not have wanted to. Like, you know what? Adventure's fine. I will find it elsewhere. It's not going to be on this invisible.
That are on invisible bridges.
That's right. Yes, anything that is not, of 60 feet above a sheer drop will be fine. Just fine with me. Thank you. So we know that the Four Wells are actually a set of four towers built out of very large stones, and so they resemble well works.
Right.
And so this is a colloquial name given to them. And so she makes it through the archway, and there finds herself in a room made with very large stones. Not small bricks, but you're talking like knee-high, kind of really big rounded rocks. and she feels like this must be some sort of magical shortcut to the four wells. But here we have a problem in that it's to a closed room with just a door, chair, and a table. The door is tucked under the table and faces, the chair's tucked under the table and faces the door. She looks about a bit, puts her hand on the door, and Max, what weird thing happened?
The door says to me, "Name the bargain." An old form of Elven.
And an old form of Elven. That's right. It says name the bargain. And the doorknob will not turn.
Off? Question mark.
Half
Bobo?
off. Half off. Reminds me of the Michael Jackson joke, but all right. You don't know that one? I'll send you that one in the private message. But
right. So this has just occurred.
And, yeah, it's an older form of Elven. It's a male voice. Seems to come from all around. And so
I take my hand off the doorknob, as soon as that happens, and kind of reply to the room in general. I don't have much to offer. I have information. If you wish. What do you wish?
you see the joke there?
Oh my gosh. It's terrible. I'm glad you didn't say that in stream. I don't know, it was inappropriate. It's just...
I think it's terribly clever, honestly. I mean,
yeah, it's terrible, terribly clever.
In any case,
cleverly terrible. Okay.
There is no reply from the room, door, tower, building, voice. There's no reply from the voice.
Okay. I put my hand back on the doorknob and try to turn
it. The doorknob turns. The door will not open. And that immediately resonates with you as the door is magically sealed.
Right.
Not mechanically locked.
Okay.
And the way that it won't open is the force is applied so evenly. Right.
It's not like a it's like a...
Well, and it's not the force, the door holds evenly everywhere.
Right.
Whereas if it were barred or locked, you would feel a little yield, right? And then you would feel something catch, and you'd feel the door bend just ever so faintly, like the human hand can detect. But here, no.
So Brise has had some experience with being teleported places by trying to unlock doors. Is there anything about this door that suggests that could be the case? Could I know of any charms on it? I mean, I have detect magic, but that's kind of about it.
Yeah, and your detect magic
would just tell me that there is a sense of magic. Yeah, not
right. I mean, that's not going to surprise you if the answer comes back yes.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't see any runes on the door, right?
No.
Wish I still had that amulet that reflects magic.
Yeah,
although I don't even know if that would help because I can't. That's supposed to be specific. It's kind of hard to know.
Well, presumably that's to protect you from things being directed against you, and here nothing is being directed against you.
Right, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, it's not a teleport against me. It is simply a activated teleport. So yeah, nothing about the door stands out then.
No.
I mean, I'll put my hand back on the knob and ask, "Are you still there?"
Again, you hear, "Name the bargain."
Okay, I'll give 10 gold pieces I don't know. I'll
You're
give
a
it.
you're a skinflint. I mean, you can see that the table is very nicely done. The chair is very nicely done, and you're given 10 gold.
10 gold pieces. Okay. Um, I say I have much in the way of gold. How much? How much do you ask for?
Well, it does occur to you that it's not asking you for a toll.
Right.
It's
It's more
naming a bargain.
right.
Um,
Well, okay, maybe I should say, you know, I need to, what I would like to do is get through this door. So, how
and in
much is that worth?
exchange, I will oil your hinges. If you know what I mean. Oh, I'll oil your hinges like
Oh
nobody's
my
business.
gosh.
I was trained in Taiwan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I would say I offer 50 gold pieces to pass through this door. I'll say that. See what that is. If it's old Elvin, think about inflation. That's probably a fortune in his time. 70 cents. That would buy me 2 Sundays at the dollar store. Soda fountain.
Um, there is no answer. But a yellow mist sort of emanates from the door very evenly and just sort of hovers there, like within an inch of the entire door. The square covering.
Right. Golden mist appears. I mean, so I can like pass through the mist, like it's not doesn't harm. My hands on the doorknob, right?
Yes. This doesn't harm you. The door is still solid. The doorknob will still turn.
I say, is that not enough? What more do you want from me? I'm getting ready to break down this door.
This relationship does not feel fair.
This feels like a quid pro quo.
You have to go back to oiling its hinges.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, there is no answer from the door.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, and the golden mist just kind of hovers there. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if I have any spells that would kind of help me out here. I'm not gonna try unlocking this door. I know it's gonna be a bad time. If this door is like locked to a nice room and you need to bargain to get through it, then it's surely gonna have some.
And it was led to through, via a
Yeah,
portal.
a portal. Yeah, so there's some heavy magic going on here. Okay, I think we're gonna have to save this route for another time. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what this is. I don't really want to risk.
Feel free to send your hate mail to
To brokenstairs at gmail. Okay, I'm gonna back away, slowly, just kind of keep my eye on the door, and then if nothing changes, then I'll go back through the portal, or I'll grab my rope that I had tied, to the. I think I tied it to something in the room, bedpost or something. Untie that and kind of go back through the portal and make my way across the bridge. Does not
um,
to be
you
able to pass through.
turn back and your rope has been severed.
Okay.
The portal is now a wall.
This is not scary at all. Okay. Oh. Is the rope like? I guess it's like cleanly cut, right? Like where the wall went through. Yeah.
Yep,
It doesn't look like
exactly.
someone cut it. Literally, just like as if the portal.
As right. I mean, the rope goes exactly to the wall,
Yeah.
more exactly than you could have even placed it.
Right.
You know.
That's a good way of cutting things, like cutting bread. Just like make a portal and pass it through.
Well, it's the stupidest part of the Avengers movies, of course. We see Doctor Strange in a battle sever somebody's hand with a portal.
Oh right, I do remember that.
And
Yeah,
then they fight. He fights Thanos and doesn't just sever the hand and save everybody.
I know. I know.
It's like it's the invisible cloak from Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter. Yeah.
You know, it's like you gave yourself an out, and then you deliberately didn't use it, and you ruined your own series. You know, it's because
That's when you realize that this movie's not one person's brainchild, but like trying to make a bunch of money and made by like 10,000 people. You know,
yeah, they say
one guy thought it would
corroboration.
be a cool idea if he did that.
You hear, from everybody in Hollywood, the corroboration is, just a necessary thing. You have to accept it in Hollywood. And I'm like, yes, but corroboration does not improve your products. So, that's if I ever got into writing scripts, which I would
That's your
like to do,
storytelling. Yeah. Yeah. The
it's
less
just,
people that touch a script, the better. Honestly.
yeah.
Well, anyway, in this room here, I'll poke around the room a little bit more, see if I can find anything else. A key, or I mean, is there even a keyhole on the door?
No.
No. Okay. Well.
So what do you want to poke about the room? Give me some specifics here.
Well, I'll check. Under the bed, just looking for any, like a book or a key or any other item, maybe that.
There's not a bed. There's a table and a chair.
Oh, there's a table, a chair, and a candle on the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's it. Yeah, there's nothing else. Feel around the wall. Feel if there's any more portals. Just kind of feel with my hands, see if they slip through anything.
So there is dagger marks on the chairs, on the table, on the side nearest the chair. Sort of pushing the chair back and sort of standing at the table to look at them. It's as though someone right-handed stood or sat there and sort of, doodled on the chair, on the table with their knife and carved things.
Okay.
There's a 3-word phrase on there. The first word is very muddled. The second two, sorry, there's a 4-word phrase. The first word is muddled. The last 3 are for the throne. The second word is either, the first word is either life or blood.
Well, this is some guy's room, and he was trying to lock it and had a password for it. maybe makes sense that he wrote it down on the on the table. Could I mean, unless does that phrase like ring a bell? Either of those, blood or life for the throne,
Culturally, as a phrase, it means nothing to you.
right? But
Um,
the obvious meaning, I guess.
right, which would be, revolution or um, there's the chair. As I said, it was, very well done. Um, you have, it's, you've seen nobles use these before. They're extremely comfortable portable chairs, a form of camp chair, not like the we think about it, because they travel with wagons of furniture
Right.
just to fill a tent.
Right.
But the expression, we have, of course, courts of law. They would hold court, even in France and other European countries. Like, you would go to regions of your country and you would sit in the field and hear grievances
Right.
and settle them, and that was you holding court. This is a similar chair that would be used in that sort of practice, um, by the king, by a nobleman, so forth and so on.
Okay, I see. Meant to be kind of like carried around. Yeah. Still nice.
The house is the House of Denver, which is one of the old northern houses. That is to say, they held territory before the collapse of the northern part of the kingdom. And then, so now they're sort of a weaker house. They were sort of given small lands, so they would have some form of sustenance as they had to retreat from the goblin invasion and the immediate hit of the goblin pox that swept
Right.
the elven nation.
Now, how do I know the house is House Jennifer? By the
By the looking at the chair, the crest on the seat.
oh, there's a crest on the seat of the chair. Okay.
And sorry, yeah, I should have led with that. And some of the symbols sort of seem to confirm that.
Mm.
They were a big patron of the arts. And so their symbol is the boar on a field, a gold boar on a field of red, and then gold quills and gold paintbrushes beneath.
I knew that. I would have said at the door, I'll give you, I know where you can find a lot of great art.
Nice, exactly, yeah.
This manor that may or may not be on fire.
Also, have you seen Etsy? Anyway. The Louvre.
Society 6, Redbubble.
That's right.
Well, is that all the detail? Kind of from
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So some of the political knowledge you just generally have is that there was a time called the resectioning in Elven history, and that is that once the goblin pox subsided and the northern houses were living with allies and so on, and the populations had flooded into the city, the question about what to do, what consideration the northern nobles deserved, was a huge debate. They had lost everything they had. The southern lords were like, they should have fought better. That's what they should have done.
Right. This is our lands, yeah.
And so the resectioning was this present king who has largely led over the demise and decline of the Elven Empire. Okay. He ruled for resectioning, which is that lords of equal stature had to give up 1/3 of their land for the northern lords. So there is, to this day, so that was about 320 years ago, roughly. And so there's, to this day, there is a bitterness
Right.
against against the Northern Lords from the Southern Lords.
Mm.
Um, and there's, even when they have legitimate hopes for the throne, the Northern Lords are considered outsiders.
Right.
Like, I don't care if if all of the king's family dies and you are next in line,
Mm.
you can go to hell
Right.
because, you know, you've
Kind of like
taken.
Italy.
That's right.
Northern
So,
Southerners, yeah.
so the resectioning is a huge part of, still has a huge bearing on Elvish politics, and it's also um, only now beginning to fade as maybe 10% of that generation of nobles is dying out and being replaced by
Right.
their sons,
Right.
who have less strong feelings on that matter.
Right.
But they're such a long-lived people,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so, um, um, so the House Denver.
Right.
Um,
I mean, I'll go back to the door. That mist is still there, right?
mhm.
Place my hand on the knob, and I say I did not know this was House Denver. I'm willing to give much more than previously offered.
As soon as you place your hand on the knob, you get name the bargain,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Maybe this is just like a code word it's asked for. Yeah.
Um, and then you say what? I'm sorry.
So then I say, I did not know this was House Denver, the great House Denver, else I can offer much more than my original price.
I don't think you feel that you're in a conversation,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, now that you've said
Make
that,
a make
yeah.
a just I'm saying make a declarative statement is what apparently it's waiting for,
Right.
right? So what would you say? Just make a I mean,
Um,
roll for me actually.
yeah, Max maybe knows, but I don't know if Brees knows, or 95. There you go.
Roll again and add it.
Tell me 25.
So it's not saying name your bargain.
Name
It's
the bargain.
the bargain.
Right.
And
It's not
so
looking to buy.
now it sounds like, so, and the second point that you're feeling that you're wondering about is it must be a pre-existing deal. It's like an agreement, an exchange.
Okay.
Name the agreement.
Right. Okay. I mean, I could just say blood for the throne? Question mark.
The yellow mist disappears. The door swings gently and silently under your hand.
Well, okay. Guess was right.
A breeze comes from behind. You
Mm.
turn, the portal is open.
Whew. Okay.
Your rope is not mended.
I would think so. Um, just out of curiosity, let's just peek outside the portal, see that it leads to the same place as I expected.
It does.
Okay.
Your rope has fallen down
Right.
to the far side. Nalani, on your shoulder, peers at the bridge. You concentrate on her eyes.
Hmm.
The not bridge really, because the bridge goes from one point to another. But it peers and can see the walkway,
Yeah.
barely visible.
Mm.
Back in the room, you hear a single bell tolling, not very loud. Sounds like it's downstairs outside this building.
All right. Well, let's have my. Well, I go step out of the door into the hallway, and take a gander. What's going on out there?
The door swings inward. They're listening first. Let's do state of readiness before you get into trouble.
Well, I want to see is it kind of narrow halls or is it?
You look straight across to another door.
Hmm.
It opens inward. Um, and there probably wouldn't even be need for that, would there? No. Oh, we can do it that way then.
Hey, Arpen.
Hey, Arpen.
Perfect timing. Just witnessed me hack into someone's door because they wrote their password down on the table.
That's right. You can't write your passwords down.
Don't do it. Don't write your
I mean, for
password.
instance, that's like Max's PIN with to his bank account being 2868. I mean, who would do that?
Being Karandrin by Crack Pound too.
Oh my lord! I mean, so dumb.
Password is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly.
Arpen is happy that he can type. Good for you, Arpen.
That's right. So he has a door that's open. You can see sitting,
Okay.
like a seating area. Sitting area. Um,
A seated area. Okay.
Some of the sort of overstuffed chairs, and they've been sort of thrown. Some of them have been overturned, and so on.
Yeah.
It seems to be then a hall that goes to your I got to turn this where I can think of it. There we go. Falls to the left. The sense is that natural light is spilling from there.
Hmm.
There does also appear to be natural light falling from the ceiling of that room across the hall.
Okay.
But let's talk about what's in your hands, because
so I was going to look up and down the hallway also before.
Yes, but I think we have to know what's in your hands right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll have a dagger. I'll definitely pull out
Okay.
my good dagger right here, piercing dagger. So let's have that out while I'm looking around.
Right.
My fear is if this is for some reason occupied, I do not want to look like a thief. I guess no matter what I do, I will.
But it's irrelevant what you want to appear like. I have to know what's in your hands.
Right.
Even if the answer is nothing.
Right. I will have a dagger then. Just.
So there's There is a stairway to the right, just a few feet from your door. It goes straight down. There is a window at the at both ends of the hall. So the stairs going down,
Okay.
they have a window at your level and
Right.
letting light in, and then it ends at a landing, and you can see that um, that clearly the stairs must continue or something, because you can just tell that there's more space down there. Similarly, at the left end of the hallway, um, it seems like there are stairs that curve upward.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep my dagger then, or we'll put the dagger away and pull out the flail then, and just kind of keep that,
Mm-hmm.
in both hands. Keep it quiet, and
Okay.
we're gonna cross over the hallway into the other room and peek around, listen, and then peek around to see what's in there.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky, sneaky.
You go through. Um, Again, you find that seating area. The room opens up to your left as you walk in.
Mhm.
There is a desk at the far end of the room. Um, there is a hearth in the middle of the wall. It shares the wall with the hallway,
Mm.
so that's your near wall. Um, there are two chairs um, that face the hearth, and then beyond that you have the desk and your bookshelves against the wall. These have all been overturned, dumped. The desk has clearly been struck with weapons.
Mm.
Clearly, I mean, not accidentally, like they were blows deliberately to destroy the furniture.
Right.
Um, the the desk is um, both beautiful, um, extremely expensively made,
Mm.
but the fact that its legs are great fangs,
Whoa.
the sight of that and its black wood literally chills you. Holy crap, you have heard of this desk.
Huh.
This desk is featured in myths. It's known by various names. Um, the most common of which is the desk of last writing. So it is said um, that it was given as a gift by one of the great demons in mythology,
Oh.
as given as a gift to a duke who sought an instrument against his enemies. And any letter written um, Any letter written on the desk and opened by its recipient, if the letter writer wished it, upon reading the letter, the recipient would die.
Oh wow, that's cool. I mean, that's awful. Jeez, I would never.
I would never start a letter writing campaign. I am a Nigerian prince. And if you a Nigerian duke.
And then the Duke's like to his demon, it's like, that was great, but can you make one that whatever I put in the letter, they'll believe it.
That's right. That's right. What about slight woundings? Let's say if I end it with a question mark. So it has been largely cut in half, just hacked and hacked and hacked.
Wow, yeah.
There are ashes on top of it, and from some of the part of the burned books and so on, they had hoped to consume it, but even though it must have been a considerable conflagration based on the now that looking at the
Scorched
flashing,
ceiling.
yeah, there is a skylight in the room above the seating in front of the hearth. Half of it is blackened, but you can see sky and clouds there. What if I said you could see fish? That would really mess you up, wouldn't it? There's a moose.
Waterlight.
That's right. So,
Is it? I mean, you were going to say, so it looks like even though the desk, they made an effort to destroy it, it kind of resisted.
It did not burn at all.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it's definitively smashed. I mean,
right.
The fangs are, freaking 4 feet long.
Jesus.
Just a bone white. You have no wish to even touch it. I mean, it fills you with just sickening dread.
Damn. Okay. Wow. Is it? I almost feel. I mean, we should try to like destroy this some more. Like it's in a state. It could, I guess, be repaired. Theoretically, like it's still kind of, or no. It's hard. I'm trying to visualize it. If it's like mostly in half, but the legs are still there. I don't know. Like if someone would try to.
Sure. I mean, you hate to leave this thing. It's like leaving a gun on a playground. I mean,
yeah, I might end up back to like Ballanbry to the temple. They were already trying to help me with the information about the Iron Empress. So this might be also in their interest in their domain. So. Noted. Well, yeah, I'm gonna back away from that, and and explore the rest of the room here. So we got the skylight, the seating area,
and there's a chamber beyond.
Okay.
Its door is opened also, and you're noticing some damage to the doors. Like this place has definitely the feel of it being raided.
Right.
And they could have taken the desk, for instance.
Right.
They could have taken it to sell. Now it's possible that the desk is so foul that even thieves feel its nature and are like, nope. Hard pass is what
I ain't stealing that. Yeah.
Right.
If it's worth a fortune.
I should say before you leave this room, beyond the desk, that wall is curved.
Okay.
And so that must be the but given that that the stairs go beyond the hallway goes beyond it, your guess is that's where there must be a set of curved stairs going up.
Oh, I see.
So the next room is a narrow bedroom. There's a hearth against the wall. You're entering at one end, from a side, and then this way, or so I should say, to your left, then the far end, there's an overturned bed and a hearth. The hearth was not overturned. I cannot stress that
That'd be
enough.
impressive. Yeah.
Um,
That would be hearth to do.
it's so terrible. That's so terrible. So there you go.
Okay.
What? There's no other.
Yeah, do I spot any more kind of imagery of the house? I'm just curious.
Imagery of the. Oh, I see.
Denevar, yeah.
No. In fact, the chairs did not have it.
Okay.
Either. So. Sorry, hang on.
I'm hanging.
So.
All right. Well,
yeah.
That's all in that, and there's no more connecting rooms. I can go back into the hallway.
Right.
And, we'll start heading downstairs. See if maybe
Okay.
we'll find an exit to this place. Some ground level.
Right. Oh.
Still got my flail. Just holding that carefully. Try to also kind of, as you're describing stuff, I'm noting it down as kind of a little map here, so we can refer back to it.
So the stairs, stop at a landing and then they curve down briefly. It ends in a how would I want that to go? What would be logical? A short hallway that turns to the left sharply. And there's a door that has been straight out hacked open. Roll for me.
28.
This door definitely had places from which arrows could be fired out. It was clearly a door, built for defense.
Right.
So this is probably some sort of, this is a defensive point.
Right.
And it opens beyond to a large room that you can just tell is basically half this building.
Oh, okay.
There are only narrow windows here from which arrows can be fired. Um, oh, the thunder is shaking my window panes.
Yeah, I just heard the thunder too. It's funny.
Quick, count, and we'll tell how far apart we are.
Oh, doxed. People won't know where we are, but the exact distance between us.
That's right. Well, they certainly will never know that I'm in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Wait, but it's sunny in Puerto Rico. What?
And in Philadelphia. Um,
Sunshine.
you step out very gingerly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and most alarmingly, there is a lever on the wall. And you look up, and there is a cage. And where you stand is a iron circle that fits, like would fit
Oh
the
my god.
bottom of this thing. And given its placement, um, it suggests to you that it wasn't to capture someone entering, it was to unleash something on attackers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
That's,
you would like pull and it would raise up. Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Damn. So and it just this room still, it's like ceilinged and it feels like kind of like a defensive.
yes.
I don't know if I've seen enough of it to like understand it yet, but it's just a big room with like arrow slits on the windows.
Right. Going out. Um, oh, you know what? As you're going, well, you wouldn't be able to see out. I mean, you'd be able to see straight out, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're from that window upstairs. You'd be able to see straight out. I don't know if you'd be able to catch a glimpse of anything. You're pretty sure you saw mountaintops.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, it's so it's so weirdly angled. Um, sky and mountaintops. Um, the wall behind you that cuts the room. There are two more kicked in doors.
Okay.
One is clearly a bunk room as as you sort of peek in.
Mm.
There's no sounds. Um, the bed, sort of 6 bunk beds arranged along the wall. It's a windowless room. It's a single table in the middle. The table is overturned. The beds have been stripped. You wonder if it was used to help start the fire upstairs.
Mm.
Um, um, they're on the other side of the hallways. It's sort of that, heavily guarded hallway, right?
Yeah.
There's another room. Um, it has also been bashed in. Um, there's a handful of weapons on the wall of various types. Most of the others are gone. And you can see the slope of the stairs you came down cutting into the room's height at the back.
Right. Okay. Is this seem like kind of like normal for my knowledge of I don't know elven houses? Where they typically this well
There's no way this is an elven house.
Yeah.
I mean, you have entire bedrooms without windows. It's an expensive structure. There's no sign of luxury here.
Right.
Um, while the place is not drafty, elves do not build dark houses.
Mm.
Even the poor tend to have large windows, as large as they can get,
Right.
um, barring the weather. And then, some of the poorest, of course, they can't afford the big windows because it's too much heat loss. Um, um, but there is a method of batting that they use if they can afford it, which is basically to make a wood framed pallet of wool.
Mm.
And you just layer it and layer it and layer it, and then
Right.
wrap it in a oilskin tarp, and you just fit it to the window, and it's just a big brick of insulation. But that's a lot of wool to
Yeah.
waste when you need clothes.
Right.
Um, but the poor will usually even try to make one decent sized window in the living room area.
Hmm.
Um, so there's no way this is a residence. Dwarven residences. It just doesn't feel like a residence.
Right.
Um,
Okay. We'll keep creeping along the main hallway then.
no, that's you were out of the hallway. You walked the hallway and entered half the tower. Half the This level is half of the building on this floor. Now on the far side, there are
Okay.
stairs going down.
Right. Okay.
Behind you, then
Gotcha.
behind you, so there were only 4 rooms in this whole level.
Hmm.
Half the tower,
Right.
sleeping chambers, the hallway itself, and the stairs, if you want to count
Right.
that,
And
and
then
then the weapons room.
the weapons room. Yeah.
So there are stairs that just go down a hole in the floor.
Hmm. Okay. We'll go down the next floor then. Yeah, Quinn is starting to look like that, honestly.
What did he say?
A sex dungeon.
Ha!
I know, Kevin, we don't like to use the term dungeon loosely in Karandrin, but I think the
That's right.
sex dungeon can be quite literal.
Oh, that's my fault.
Okay.
Um, Definitely noise
Ooh,
down the hallway.
can't like that.
So you go down stairs quietly. Why don't you roll quietly?
Bum, 11.
I should label these things.
Falling down the stairs
That's my guy.
quietly.
Um, the stairs continue, but there is a landing um, with 2 doors, and then the stairs just continue.
Okay.
You want the first door or do you want the second door?
Let's try the first door.
It's
Can you what is it, the like a game show? You reveal one door and then show what's behind it, and then you choose which one.
That's right. Let's make a deal. The famous mathematical Monty Hall question.
Monty Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
So it's been kicked in. It is row after row of shelves. Um, They have been dumped over. There's broken glass, strange metal implements. Um, but it was a fairly deep room, probably 40 feet, has the shape of a semicircle,
Mm,
you know, with a 40 feet diameter.
right.
Um, and apparently there were shelves arrayed against the curved wall and against the straight wall, and they have all just been dumped and smashed.
Wait a darn second here.
Oh, that's cool. You see that we have
Sexyfind.xyz. Oh no. Is this Quinn? Is this you're doing?
I
Oh,
think it has to be.
I certainly hope so.
Otherwise,
We don't have the staff to deal with bots.
that's right. We already have some bots, by the way, on the comment section.
Is that true? I haven't
Yes.
noticed.
No,
Wow.
they didn't get approved. The comments didn't get approved by me.
Oh, I see. I see. You reject them. I mean, obviously, you click the link first to verify, right? You know.
I did. And that Nigerian prince was pretty, pretty.
All right, Quinn saying no, it's not him. Well, I forgive me, Quinn, for thinking it was you.
But do thank Josh for getting these things. I guess I have. I guess I have the power to ban. Let me see. Block user.
Yeah, our pen. Somebody heard about the dungeon. That's what I thought we were talking about sex dungeons, and then
Right. All right. I have now blocked them.
Oh, beautiful.
And now our pin is next. Oh wait, sorry. Sorry. Okay.
I'm mad with power.
So you know what? I should probably stop you here for a moment because you would be you before you enter that room, you open that room, it's going to be pitch black. Because you're out of natural light from other sources.
Right.
So let's take care of that first.
Wait. No, I have something that lets me see Nalkarth. Nalkarth grants me holder can see in the dark in pitch black.
Then hold it. No, just hold. No.
Sorry.
And I don't know that. I feel like I'm supposed to know that reference, Quinn, but I'm drawing a blank. What you talking about, Willis? Is what I'm asking you. Which Max is probably too young to know.
No, that was really big in high school, actually.
Really?
Yeah, either it was a revival or something, but everyone in high school was saying, "What you talking about, Willis?"
That is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the series?
No.
It was sweet. They had really cool, like one of their sort of it's called Different Strokes, and it was a wealthy white man who adopted two black kids. And the older of them was Willis, and the young kid would say, "What you talking about, Willis?" And it was great. It was his big catchphrase. But there was this episode where Willis, his best friend, got cancer. And Blazing Saddles. That's not where I thought you were going to go with that. Well, all right. But and so it was really cool. It was, like, how do you, because Willis refused to go see him in the hospital because he just couldn't deal with it. He didn't know.
Right. The emotional,
yeah. So that was really kind of cool episode. But anyway, that didn't help, did it? All right. So hold Nalkarth. What are you going to do with your flail?
I'll have to put the flail back in my belt, and we'll pull out. I mean, we'll just have Nalkarth so I can shoot something.
Yeah.
Hold him ready to fire if I need to. Just kind of hold him out.
So you're like, well, this is really strange because you get a sense that things are dark, but they're not dark. So make a note for your experience points. This is your first time using possessing night vision. Oh, you're right. They did. I forgot about that. They had some others. You're right, Quinn. So we get you get um, you get the info about the destroyed storage room. Um, I mean, even glasswares would be worth something to a thief.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass to take down a mountain, or whatever, but glass is not cheap.
Right.
Um, um, do you want to go through? You want to pick through anything? Of course, you hear noise.
Yeah, I would want to investigate that first.
Sounds like it's moving on the level below, near enough the stairs that the sound is traveling up the stairs. Um, what do you want to do? You
Sound
still have
travel.
this. The second door is also bashed in.
Right. Well,
Uh,
so if it's coming up the stairs,
you can't tell if it's coming up the
oh,
stairs.
I can't tell. Is that what you said? Okay. Well, let's kind of position myself out of the way of the hallway door, and then listen to see if it is definitively coming up or down.
The first hallway door or the second hallway door?
Well, I'm in this room now, right? So let's
Right.
let's scooch out of the way so they can't see me from the hallway door, and then hear if they're coming up or downstairs, or not.
Now Karth says, "Where are we?"
I forget. Could I have to talk to him out loud, or can I reply in my mind? I forget.
I think you can reply in your mind. You can reply in your mind.
Yeah. Okay. I reply to him. Not quite sure yet. Somewhere I think in the mountains. This is trying to figure out what this place is exactly. Stumbled in here through a portal.
Explosion outside. Not thunder. Some other sound.
Boy.
Portals. Oh, I hate them. Never trust them.
They'll cut your arm off, and then the next time they'll be fine.
You'll be forgotten that you can do that and save half the lives of the universe. So yeah, there's the motion fades. Can't hear it any longer.
Okay. Some down there, but it moved away from where it was. We'll tell you what. Why don't we take a small break and we can finish investigating this landing downstairs.
I went right by the break, didn't I? Forgive me.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I was going to see what was in the room, and then
Yeah.
so.
Well, all right, gang. We're gonna stretch our legs and refill our drinks. So do hang with us for just a few minutes, and we'll be right back, and we'll see what trouble Brise can get into. Thanks for hanging with us until that time. We'll be right back. I told you we'd be back. And look, he's
Yeah.
back. See, you thought I was like, we may be louder now, and I apologize if I'm blowing your ears out. I'd forgotten to bump our volume up as I usually do.
I apologize too. It's for people who are listening and not watching. They just go like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, exactly. Waking them up. So I apologize if we're blowing your ears out now. I usually have it bumped up before we go in via Restream, and I had forgotten to do so this time. A little rusty given our rough schedule in October. So adjust your volume and then continue to enjoy Brise's adventure. So all righty. So
Okay, so we're gonna I mean, we'll pick my way around this storeroom. Just I don't really want to overturn anything, or
you
bump
can't
anything.
go very far without basically walking on glass.
Okay, then no, we'll
There
probably not.
is a sense, though, that this whole structure is very thick. You've hardly heard anything from room to room unless there's open passages between.
Yeah,
But it's up to you.
yeah. No, yeah. We don't want to spend time doing that when there could be something in here. You gotta watch out for. So we'll leave this room and cross to the other one and check that out.
So yeah, you stop again at the hallway. Just listen carefully, and then swing around. This room is itself a clever little ramp that parallels the circular stairs going down.
Okay.
And there are little peeky holes big enough to get a spear through.
Ooh. Oh man.
Swords, what have you. Not really good room to draw a bow. But it's basically to catch people on the stairs unawares.
Right.
Looks like it's designed to get them at leg level.
Right.
Probably so that the holes are not spotted higher.
Right. Or you can even just trip them even if you miss. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty.
But fighting on stairs with cut legs. But it goes as far down as the stairs do, and then you get this little set of peeky holes at the bottom, and it's a pair of peeky holes, just a single pair, so you can peer out. It's at about waist level. So peering there's a hallway down there. You don't have a great view forward or back. You can make out a door across the way. That's going down, so I can go all the way there. So you can see there's a door across the way.
Do I hear the noise down here?
More clearly, yes.
Okay.
There's also a snuffling sound.
I still have Nalkarth in my hands, so.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't see the door at all.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like it's coming from across the hall in that open door. Okay. Again, this is another door that you can see splinters of it laying on the ground. Oh, here's something I should have thought of. in the dust, there are large tracks
Ooh.
Of and the footsteps are something you heard described in a tavern, apparently, because your familiarity with them again is ridiculously high. It's a large, hostile humanoid creature. They have. You recognize the track from the description. 4 clawed toes in the front, but then a 5th toe that comes from the back like a thumb, but curves all the way to the front. It's very weird and gives a very unusual.
Yeah.
They're as dangerous as ogres, equally strong. They're called a dunger, Dunger. They have an
Younger
exceptional.
in the dungeon.
That's
Sorry.
right. They have an exceptional sense of smell. So apparently the drafts are protecting you. Your scent must be traveling up and not down.
Okay.
They have very large hands and the unusual ability that when they clench them, they form into solid knobbed clubs
Wow.
that can ward off an axe blow.
Jeez. Yeah.
They have sort of a great heavy sort of muzzle that kind of falls softly down with 2 big nostrils. And then they have 2 small eyes on either side. Their head is knobbed and heavy. They say it can take a lot to take one out. Fortunately, they're also as smart as ogres.
So give it a math puzzle and it'll be busy for all the time. That's how you distract it.
That's right.
It's all the those little chess puzzles where it's like move the queen here, do that.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
that down, just run away.
Fool!
Howard.
That's right. So thinking back, you've not seen its footsteps in the dust upstairs anywhere. So it may just be nosing around for prey, or maybe it's checking out the tower as a place to sleep. I haven't kept track of what time of day it should be.
You can check for us. I left Miagral's Keep in the morning. I have the banner and everything. And then I just wrote reached Gemmer's Valley. It would have been just a few hours. So it's got to be, and I think I had lunch. So it's got to be early afternoon.
Right.
When I first wandered into the tower. Okay. Well, if this guy's down here and I haven't seen his tracks upstairs, I think I'll stick with exploring the upstairs. I don't want to face something like that alone.
Right. Roll for me.
Okay. 13. Nope.
Well, good luck. It was an excellent roll. So.
All right. 13. I mean, 31. I mean, no, whatever. I'm screwed anyway. Okay. So we'll shimmy back up our ramp here. And does it kind of keep going upwards, or does it actually stop at the landing?
Oh, you haven't seen it. This is your understanding of its description from your tavern talk.
No, I'm talking about the ramp. So I'm.
Oh, the ramp stops at this level. Sorry. The ramp stops at list. I should have heard your antecedent. No, your ramp. You're right. The ramp stops at this level.
Yeah, so we'll go back up the tower, climbing up the stairs quietly, back to that very first room, I entered, and
Okay.
we'll go make our way upstairs.
All right, I'm going to have you roll just to be quiet. Just one roll for the whole trip.
Absolutely. A 74.
No problem. Away you go. Nothing has changed up here. You have a sick fascination with that desk, and you just take one more peek at it. And you're like, you're still there. God. You're like, I want to write just one letter. Like, does it have enough power to take?
Can I write a letter to the Dunger?
That's pretty good. Dear Dunger, how are you?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You go. It has to be really simple so he can actually read it.
Right? Yeah. It's too dumb to read. No.
Illiteracy saves him again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right. Let's so we'll go past the desk, go back upstairs.
And then up those stairs.
And up yet again.
Up you go. Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, I need to mark this one. That goes, whoops. That goes down. That goes.
Sorry, everybody, for wimping out. I'm not gonna lose Brise today. Running away from things has saved my life too many times.
Well, that's the thing about it, right? I mean, that is what a character would do unless their personality would drive them otherwise. Right. Like I can't let this thing hurt other people. I can't, and I like that.
Yeah.
It feels natural. It feels organic. And I'd much rather have that than the sort of.
Yeah. No, I think it's still kind of creepy, that it's just down there still,
Right.
It's almost more fun not to fight it, in terms of role playing.
There's a tension that it provides.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, you go up, and what you find is a hatch. And it is closed. It has two, if you had to guess, in-roomed bolts that hold it. You go, oh, this must be the top of the tower.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to do?
So there's bolts, as in like bolts I can unlock, or like?
Yeah, they're just sliding bolts.
Yeah. No, then I was thinking of for sure like bolts you screw on to something like someone sealed it shut.
Oh, I see what you mean. No.
You mean sliding bolts? Yeah,
sliding bolts.
Yeah, let's slide this guy open and kind of open it carefully and peek outside.
Sure. So they slide. They're very well made. They slide silently out of the way. And the hatch opens to the outside of the building. You know what? No, I don't think it's how it would be designed. It would open to the interior of the roof, because that way it would provide cover to those coming up. And you peek around, and there's nothing on the roof. Eerily, not even leaves from the trees.
So wait, did you say I'm in the roof interior, or it's?
That is it. No. It opens toward the interior of the tower.
I see. Okay, yeah, right.
So that way it provides cover from anything.
If someone's up there, you can.
Right. So, there's nothing up there. that you want the view
Right.
to get positioning.
Yeah.
You come up the tower is kind of crudely crenellated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like it's not a very good job.
Yeah.
Um,
It's also crudely Merlined.
yes, by necessity. Therefore, um,
Brise.
um, and there's a type of washer that's crenellated. Do you know
Oh,
that?
yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Because they are meant to grip down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or provide defense for little tiny people.
that's it. That's it.
Just put one on top of your castle and then boom.
You're done.
Defense for your archers.
You can take one a day and just become more defensive. This is, and I am a doctor. Everything I say, you should ignore.
I
Okay.
have a doctorate in role playing.
That's right. Many years as I've done it. Yeah, thought to. So the so just a straight open roof in mountainous country. It overlooks a beautiful valley. Sort of scanning it quickly, you don't see any sign of smoke or anything, so it's an uninhabited valley, or at least by those people who require fire to fight off chills or cook food. Turning toward the mountain that you're perched on, there are the other 3 wells. There's no doubt.
Very cool.
Very breezy up here, almost chilly. I mean, if you really pull your cloak tight. Overgrown, you call it a courtyard, really. I don't know if you really call it yard, I guess is what you would call it, a yard.
A yard.
Some cobbling and paving stones down below have held back some of the vegetation. Trace of a road going down toward the valley, but it's a very unforgiving drop, it seems, to make it to this ledge of this mountain. It was chosen for its seclusion. No other buildings other than the 3 large towers there. They have no windows or arrow slits of any sort on this side facing you that you can see.
Right.
No door that you can see. You would certainly expect those to be on the interior of the yard, facing the interior of the yard.
Right, one would think, yeah.
Each does have an apparatus perched on top. From this angle, you really can't make heads or tails of what it is. It's not very large, maybe 10 or 12 feet, wood and metal.
Not this one?
This one does not, no.
Okay. Now, I guess, can I position? I remember you said there were 1, 2, 3 in a row, and then one kind of off to another side.
You are clearly on the set aside one.
The set is okay, gotcha.
And the other 3 are across from you, spaced evenly in a row. Just beyond them, the slope rises very sharply. I mean, it's not sheer, but it'd be a tough, rough climb, choked with vegetation, large rocks. Now Karth says to you, "Can you not hear that clinking? You made no comment on it."
I say, no, your hearing must be better than mine.
I have noticed that yours does seem poor.
I
A difference of our peoples, perhaps.
I ask him, does it sound like it could be something dangerous, or just where do you think it's coming from?
Metal on metal, not getting closer particularly.
Hmm.
The wind is much even for me up here. It's from across the way. The three towers, possibly, maybe beyond.
Hmm. I'll send. Okay, I'm gonna send Alani. Well, I'll switch to her vision. Can I? Does she hear something similar? Like Malkorth hears?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna send her. I don't know how far I can send her, but as close as you can get to the three towers, and hopefully she can circle around them and look for an entrance and maybe investigate the tops of them. But if it's not far enough, I'll pull her back if I start to feel she can't make it.
You send her high. You don't want to endanger her by sending her straight to the tops.
Right.
Roll for me.
51.
Atop each tower.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is such a great reveal. Atop each tower is a rowboat afloat in what is a bright red fluid. The next one is a dark red fluid. Other one's kind of in between. And the rowboat on each tower is being rowed round and round very slowly by a skeleton.
What?
Dressed in armor.
Curiously here.
They are armed, and each wears technically it's not heraldry, but we'll use the word heraldry. They wear the heraldry and marks of paladins of Lewin, the goddess of child, hearth, and home. They do not pay attention to the bird. They just continue laboriously going around and around very slowly.
Wow.
Pulling at the oars. At the base, not the base, sorry, the top of the gunnels of the boat, there is a bracket On both sides, there's a bracket with links to a heavy chain. And that chain descends on both sides down into the red fluids.
Right.
And occasionally, now that she's closer, occasionally those chains clink.
Mm. Okay. How long does it take for one of the skeletons to complete their rotation? Is a minute or so?
Probably 30 seconds, I guess.
Do they all go at the same speed, roughly?
Roughly. They're not in time, if that's what you mean.
And it was like some elaborate timekeeping device.
This is the most expensive clock I've ever built, but it's accurate within 6 hours.
Okay, now I don't care if Brise knows, but now I'm just trying to think like, so these are kind of like military, definitely like protected buildings. They have like these guys at the top pulling chains for some mechanism. Now I'm like fascinated. What is going on here?
That's the name of my game, is to
Yeah.
fascinate and
Well,
intrigue.
I think Brise is pretty committed to finding this out. Can Nalani try to?
Hey! What are you guys doing? Oh, no.
What are you doing over there?
Stroke! Stroke! Oh.
Man, talk about beating you in any rowing competition. They've been doing this for centuries.
That's
Probably.
right. There
So
must
Nalani
they
circles around one of the towers. Does she see any windows or doors?
no windows, no doors. Hard for her to tell in some places toward the very back. It's so overgrown.
Right.
So, but she can tell you, well, she can see. She's not telling you anything. She can see that at least the top half of all the towers, no windows, no doors. Why would there be doors up there? Anyway, no windows or openings of any kind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Might put this. They did have like the spear holes. They just put some fake doors for like, oh, here's an escape. Like ah.
I've always wanted to do, like, if I built a castle, whatever, I would want to build a fake gate, right? But up,
Right.
it's for them to use a ramrod against, and of course behind it is just the normal wall.
Right.
And meanwhile, we're just shooting them down.
That's genius. Yeah, they think that's the main entrance.
Yeah. I also want to build not a drawbridge. I want to build a bridge that's got 2 pins in it. Well, actually, 1 axle and a pin. And so they charge, right? And you pull the pin and then it just dumps them.
Oh, wow.
That's the other idea I've had.
Yeah. Interesting. I also want to build a lake blood with a skeleton rowing. For what purpose? I don't know yet, but I feel like it would do a lot.
Hey, these are not lakes. These are clearly giant thermoses.
Maybe they're it's like mercury. It's just a big thermometer each of the towers.
That's it.
Temperature.
One's a temperature thing. One is like relative humidity. The other one is, I don't know.
So I imagine it's pretty breezy up here. Yeah. So if I wanted to try to levitate down to the base of the tower, I would need to kind of I could probably grip it right, and the stones are big enough, or the gaps between them big enough.
What you feel you would have to do, and it's chancy even at that, is let the wind pin you to the tower.
Ooh, yeah.
And then crawl your way down. Like, let it just push you against the tower so that you're not slid off from one side to the other. But if the wind changes,
yeah,
off you go.
Yes.
Now you can keep casting. I mean, levitate lasts a good while, especially as powerful as you are now.
Right. I'll just jump off the tower and cast levitate right before
You've not done much experience with gravity. No one's done any experience with gravity at this point. You'll be the first. I surely have time enough to cast a spell, right? It'll work.
Oh my god. That's like played Minecraft, you can switch between survival and creative. You just like sometimes you forget which mode you're in. I'm like, I'm in creative mode. Jump off a cliff. Like, ooh, I was in survival mode. Like, switch, quick, switch.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Oh my god. There's a command for it. You can like type it like switch game mode. Okay.
That's fantastic.
So pinning myself. Yeah, I don't. With my fear of heights, I don't want to risk that.
No.
Any other something that would just keep me tethered down. So I mean, it's 50 foot of rope, but even again, then I'll just be flying around in the wind. It's not really what I want here. Oh, I'll just teleport down on the ground. I don't know why I'm trying to make this so complicated.
Roll for me.
48. I mean, there could be magical protections.
Yes, that's your fear is
right. Any kind
someone's like you wonder what would have happened if you passed through that stone arch. Like this is whatever this is.
They're not messing around. Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that Lewin and her goodness would have supported the use of that desk down there.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way. Roll for me.
48. Sorry, 40. I don't know why I said 8.
Which that raises the question about why Lewin's men are up there rowing.
Right. My subconscious assumed this, so I haven't asked it, but I mean, it could just be prisoners who were then enchanted and forced to like do that.
Yeah. So you're dealing with dark shit.
Yeah.
And shit that took time to do.
Mm-hmm.
And these towers had to be built. They seem to be built all at the same time by the same people because of the uniformity of construction and style. And those towers had to be built uniquely, having apparently just being containers. I mean, they had to be sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody went through a lot of effort. I mean, usually your teleport stuff, it does hurt when they have it defended, but you can't get thrown off this ledge.
Yeah, that's true. If there's any kind of blast that pushes me off.
What about your what is that thing called? Shit.
Yeah, I'm looking through my items here.
Bridge of Light.
What's that?
Bridge of Light.
Yes, Bridge of Light, indeed. How far would that be? To create a slope to the ground. Olive Light, Bridge above. This is Faith's Path. Bridge of Light would be 50 feet. Wait, no. Bridge extends 20 feet plus 1 foot of level. So casting that at
it's 30 feet.
Yeah, not far at all. I could cast it like somewhere down the tower, but even then, I mean, it would be weird. Levitation. Best option. Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or face the critter.
Right. Trying to get down there.
Roll for me.
Making sure I haven't done anything else here. I'm forgetting about 23.
Yeah.
Could always just do a detect magic as well and see if there's any enchantments up here, and if they're.
But where's the enchantment going to, you're not.
I mean, I would think logically I could do a teleport if detect magic doesn't tell me there's anything at this level, like around me. Right. Or is that maybe assuming too much?
Yeah. I don't know how I think you don't have a great deal of confidence in your own magical knowledge to know that you can draw conclusions from that answer.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. What about my potions? Do I got anything like if I had another one of those intangibility ones, that would be real cool.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Major healing,
Play hide and seek from
bone
the critter.
mending, attunement, climber's draft. Okay, well, if I drink a potion of climber's draft and I get some good climbing, skill in, how confident would I feel climbing down with levitation, applied? You can do, I guess, just a roll for my confidence with that, plan.
It's better than facing the creature.
Okay.
You just don't want to seize up,
Right. Just kind of got to keep moving and be flexible.
Do some stretches.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'll have this potion of climber's draft on hand,
Okay.
so it gives me bonus to climbing and speed. And I'll when I'm ready, I'll down that and cast. Make sure all my stuff on me, both hands firmly planted on the tower, and then cast levitation and start. Or I will find the side where the wind's kind of blowing against the tower. And start climbing down that way.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Potion downed.
Yeah.
Where are you using your own PowerPoints?
What's levitation again? Level 6.
That seems familiar.
Yeah. I'll use my own PowerPoints. Check.
All right, roll it up.
95.
Roll again and add it.
Plus 98.
Roll again and add it.
Plus 12.
Wow, that's got to be your biggest roll. Maybe your biggest roll ever.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember, I think I have rolled open-ended twice before. That's, not often, for sure. I just go flying. Nah, too good.
Halfway down in one, it just went like no problem.
Oh, that wasn't for the casting of the spell? That was
excuse me. That's right. That is the casting. Oh,
no.
Dang it.
You're right. I'm like, it's just levitation.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How about this? You lose one power point. You lose one exhaustion point.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'll give you plus 25 to your next roll.
Hey, I'll take it. That's our Kevin.
That's it.
That's my Kevin. Yeah, then I'm ready to go. We got levitation. We got climber's draft downed, and start climbing down the tower. All my stuff.
All right, roll it.
19. I'm glad for that plus 25.
It's difficult, but you're on the side of the tower. It does kind of push you up in the wind. It's kind of pushing you. It helps your grip and everything.
Okay.
Roll again.
8.
Wow. So no real movement. Roll again.
22. The dice, they're good. I've expended all your good.
I'm gonna have to keep track of this mess. This is terrible. Keep track of your progress here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Closing his eyes like, I'm scared of heights. Are we there yet?
All right, roll again.
Not quite yet. 76.
Nice. 1/3 of the way down. Keep going.
That's a 5.
Oh, roll again and subtract it.
Minus 94.
So you begin falling. You just, you don't have to cast levitate. You just have to tell it go up, right? Roll to not panic.
23.
Okay, now roll with a huge penalty to try to activate your
11. This is. Yeah, I think I'll fight the creature instead.
I don't know that you'll be in shape to fight a creature, buddy. Fall damage, man, and Rollmaster, they do not.
Wait, so I've cast levitate. So
You did, but you have to command levitate to go up or down, right?
Right.
So
So
while so you have it ready to just command. It's waiting for
Right.
an order. You couldn't activate the fall, right? Frightened you, of course. You couldn't overcome that fear to activate it before you hit the ground. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes. But I guess backing up a bit, I kind of assumed so levitation is only up or down at that constant rate. There's no like in between where I can
Well,
say
you can do some portion. It can't go faster than 10 foot up or 10 foot down.
right.
I
So
mean,
then one I have told myself just to not move up
oh,
or
I
down.
see what you mean. So
If I
you're
let
not
go of
going
the
to.
wall, I'm just there. That's what I kind of implicitly
Oh, I
assumed.
see what you mean. You're going to just sort of push yourself with the levitate down. You're not going to be
Yeah.
climbing. I
Yeah.
got you. No problem.
Sorry, I assumed that.
No, that's fine.
Case, but,
You're fine.
Okay.
You gradually reach the bottom. So what I need to roll for then is just changes
If I fall off, yeah. I mean, if I lose my grip, it's still scary, I admit. But.
So the wind changes. It comes from the side, it tries to get under you. You hold on and just sort of stay gripped. It does so again. This time you're less worried because you're only about 15 feet from the ground. And then you make it down. You're good to go. Forgive me. I ran that terribly.
No, that's okay. I mean, yeah, that's because that is literally what the spell does. You're right. I do need to make sure I'm telling you where I want to go. How much fall damage would I have taken from that height?
Well, it's so what they do is they take the feet and they just add it to an attack. You don't get any bonuses from armor or anything.
Right.
You get a subtraction for your agility. And so it's a plus 40 attack. I mean, even if you had your agility is not great.
Yeah.
So like, let's say we roll
armed with a mace and
so where's the fall? Fall's the very last of the, here we go. So like even just a roll of a 50, would be 20 damage and a B critical.
Ooh, gosh, yeah.
So
I like that system. That's cool. It makes it again, we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons. It's so simple. I think it's like a D6 for every 10 feet. It's like nothing. And so you can like literally gauge, how far this is.
I think I told you once I was on a field trip and I was in high school and I broke off the group just to run to this convenience store to grab a drink or something. And then I thought I could cut around behind the buildings to catch back up with my group. And I could, except for this 8-foot high retaining wall that I was on top of. And I was like, oh, the ground drops off. I'm like, shit. I'm like, well, I can do that. It's 8 feet.
Yeah.
I can, but God, that shock went all the way up through my legs. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, never doing that again.
Man. So, anyway.
Right. Even when you land correctly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, make it down to the bottom.
Yeah, so there you are. You really don't feel like you made any noise. And of course, it's a good thing about the wind is that it's going to cover your noises as well as it's going to cover theirs. So, and Nalkarth seems to have retained his natural ability to hear, which is strange, but you'll take it, right? I mean, do you want to stop now? It's right at 9.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that flew by. Yeah, sure. We can call it a day. So we've explored the one tower, somewhere, maybe like a third of it.
Yeah. We know that there's at least one creature. Well, I guess technically 3 creatures about, 4 creatures about, but 3 of them are very busy doing athletics. maritime sports of some nature. So yeah, we are streaming next Thursday.
All
I,
right.
I know that everyone is disappointed it's not Wednesdays, but the next 2 Thursdays we'll be streaming. I think even the next three, and we're doing our best to get that posted and everything. And I try to keep people informed. And like I said, I'll maybe do an announcement next week and let people know. So um, let me switch this to our little goodbye page, in which I am a giant, huge person. There we go. So, well, thanks guys for joining us. I hope you guys had fun. I think it's been a pretty interesting one. Kind of a lot of clues about this place's past and more questions, certainly. Yeah. So thanks as always. There's articles on the website you can read if you haven't already. If you want more of Max's beautiful face, and I know I do, you can always see more of him on his YouTube channel, where he discusses the role of music and video games. Thanks as always to Elliot Dunovitz for the terrific art on Brise's character. You can see more of her work at artstation.com/Tortolua. And I've written a book called A Shore Too Far that I'm pretty proud of. And you can find that on Amazon, and let me know what you think about it. And you can hop to Donor Box and send us a little money to keep us streaming and keep us happy. So, Max, say goodbye to these lovely people.
Yeah, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the very interesting session full of mystery and gruesome sights. We have some new inspiration for some Halloween decorations.
That's right.
Skeletons in a rowboat.
That's right.
Yeah, see you next Thursday.
That's right.
68.
That's right. Episode 68 next Thursday. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.